Just a quick and creepy Halloween treat before the day comes. I have someone special who, like me, is really into this season, and I wanted to make a horror set for them. I made up some water decals of their favorite scary movies, and this particular image brought to mind using my Dvok canvas set for a grunge look, so I ran with it. It's incredibly simple, so it won't take long. The most difficult part is getting that damn full cover decal to apply without a wrinkle, which is a technique that I definitely need more practice with. So the first thing I do is paint my nail with a color matching the image because it's somewhat translucent and it'll hopefully help to blend out any mistakes that I make. For this design, I'm using Ho Lee number 33 from the Farm Story collection. I do just a single coat to put a little color down and then move straight in with the decal. Water decal images are great fun to use, and when they're just a small piece of an image that goes somewhere on the nail, they are super simple. But once you try to wrap a full cover image around the entire nail, it becomes a challenge not to have wrinkles around all of your edges. If you guys have any application tips or tricks, please help a girl out and leave them in the comments for me. I actually printed a bunch of full cover decals on white paper with my laser printer years ago. I found out the hard way that you can't spray seal laser printed water decals as it makes them bleed yellow. So because they aren't sealed, whenever I use them, the image print cracks and it shows the white paper, making them basically unusable. Instead, now I use only clear decal paper since I don't have an inkjet printer to make them on, which is great, but they're very translucent and you don't have white. Since I still have those old decals, I'm thinking of spending some days just applying them all onto practice tips to see if I can master a wrinkle-free application. Sounds like it could make for some fun ASMR or storytelling time. I don't know. Let me know what you think and which you might maybe prefer to watch. With most of my decal secured, I now go in with some acetone on this swab and just melt off the edges for a nice clean finish. Next, I'm going to grab my primer and I am just going to swipe it all along the entire edges of the nail so that it creates a sticky layer for the base coat to better attach so that there is no lifting and my decal stays in place. Then going in with a layer of base coat to further secure the decal to the nail before doing anything else to it. And once done with that, I'm going to matte top coat it with my Coupa matte to give it the look that I'm looking for. I don't want any of these nails to be glossy. I'm going with a matted, grungy, dark look for it. So once I've got this wicked tricky decal applied to the best of my current ability, I move on to mixing a matching color in my canvas paints for my background. I was trying to be so careful not to waste any of the paint as it really feels like it goes and gets used up pretty quickly. It was so fun and easy to mix up my color and work with it though. I was amazed. I think I might have been better off mixing it with a silicone tool than this flat palette tool, as I found it a little awkward to work with, but anything's not a brush will work. You just don't want to use a brush and load it full of all the paint while you're trying to mix your colors. I wanted a thick, layered, grungy look, and that was super easy to achieve with just a few swipes and then using a stipple brush to dab on the highlight colors randomly. I'm going in at first with just darker shades of the green and some gray and some black, and then popping in red highlights just to grunge it up a bit, adding some as well to my decal just to make it a little more cohesive with the rest of the design so it's not completely flat and smooth. And then I go in and also highlight a little bit of the red in his eyes and in his bow tie because the decal came out really, really dark. And I'd like just a pop of red in there to kind of bring the whole thing together. And lastly, I'm going to do a really soft finish file around all of my edges because the Dvok canvas gels are a no wipe formula. So technically you don't have to put a top coat over top of them. although I think your results are going to last a lot better with a top coat than without. But I didn't want to lose the effect of the layered grunginess, the texture that's there. When I did do a little sample with a top coat over it, it smoothed it all out, and you really lost a lot of that look and feel to it. And I wanted to hang on to it. So I opted not to top coat and just to simply finish file so that I didn't have sharp, bumpy edges and stuff to get kind of hung up on. What do you guys think? Are the canvas paints something you've used or could see yourself using? I think they were perfect for the idea I had and the look I was going for. If I'd had more time, I might have played around with application techniques a little more, but October was a total bust for me this year. My favorite season brought with it a long, drawn out cold, broken phones, administration overload, a long weekend sewer backup, and multiple medical family emergencies. And before I knew it, we were a week out from Halloween, and I just didn't get a chance to play with Halloween nails. So thanks for sticking around to watch, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to love your nails. Bye!